confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County over the weekend is 20,821, with 13 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 262 additional cases were also reported from the holiday weekend, with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's Monday, December 27th. Well, as we just reported, LA County saw a startling jump with more than 20,000 new COVID-19 cases over the Christmas weekend. Public health officials say the latest figures may not even be complete due to reporting delays over the holiday. Still, the newest figure represents a significant spike compared to just 1 week ago, when officials reported 3,258 new cases. New U.S. cases are averaging close to 200,000 per day, up almost 60% over 2 weeks. Hospitalizations are also up 3% over the past week and are currently over 71,000. And in Europe, France saw more than 100,000 new COVID-19 cases in a single day for the first time during the pandemic. More than 1 in 100 people in the Paris region have tested positive in the past week, and most of the new infections are linked to the Omicron variant. French officials predict that will become the dominant strain in the coming days. Omicron is already the dominant variant in nearby Britain. Amazon, CVS, and Walgreens and other retailers are showing a limited supply of at-home COVID-19 test kits due to a huge demand. The rapid spread of the Omicron variant has led to test shortages at stores across the country. Amazon announced that it is limiting the purchase of these items to 10 on its online marketplace and working to secure additional COVID-19 test inventory. CVS issued a statement saying tests may be temporarily out of stock at its stores and limiting customers to 6 test kits per purchase. Walgreens is limiting both in-store and online purchases of the at-home tests as well to just 4 per person. Then over at Walmart, a spokesperson says they have high stock levels of the COVID-19 tests in stores, although local store locations were out of stock this morning. They are also constrained online and limiting customers to 8 testing kits per online checkout. Well, last week, the Biden administration announced the purchase of 500 million at-home rapid tests, which will be made available to Americans by mail in the new year. Thousands of flights in and out of the U.S. are canceled or delayed today as the Omicron variant continues to sideline airline workers. Airlines canceled nearly 4,000 flights since Christmas Eve as the recent coronavirus surge resulted in crew shortages and disrupted several airlines. As of early this morning, more than 900 flights in the U.S. were canceled and 2,100 delayed. A combined 1,700 flights were canceled on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day domestically, and more than 5,500 globally. A spokesperson for the Allied Pilots Association says they've got to make sure employees don't feel pressured to come to work when they've been exposed to COVID-19 or think they may have the symptoms. These cancellations come during the busiest time of the year for air travel. The Transportation Security Administration says it screened millions of people each day over the latest holiday weekend, peaking at 2.19 million travelers on Thursday, December 23rd. Passengers are urged to check with their airlines and airports for up-to-date information on their flights. At least 4 ocean cruise ships were recently turned away from ports of call or prohibited from letting passengers disembark in the Americas due to COVID-19 cases on board. Mexican officials prevented the Holland America Line Koningsdam from letting its passengers get off the ship in Puerto Vallarta on Thursday after 21 crew members tested positive for COVID-19. All reportedly showed either mild or no symptoms. The ship departed from San Diego earlier this month with more than 1,000 passengers and more than 870 crew members. And ports in the Caribbean islands of Bonaire and Aruba turned away the Carnival Freedom ship on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively, after a small number of people on board tested positive for COVID-19. The company had to change plans and make a replacement stop in the Dominican Republic, followed by another stop in Curacao before returning to Miami. A jump in COVID-19 hospitalizations among children in New York is prompting California public health officials to warn families here at home to get vaccinated. The Omicron variant hit New York before California, and the East Coast state has seen an increase in pediatric hospitalizations, primarily among the unvaccinated. California state epidemiologist Dr. Erica Pan says they have similar vaccination rates for children ages 5 to 11 and urged parents to give their children the gift of vaccine protection as soon as possible, as our case numbers are increasing rapidly. Officials described pediatric admissions quadrupling in New York City in recent weeks. Half of the children being admitted to hospitals are younger than 5, and 3/4 of those ages 12 to 17 who were admitted were not fully vaccinated. LA County public health officials warned that we could be on track to see daily case numbers that could break last winter's surge. At its peak, the county saw about 16,000 new coronavirus cases a day. A hospital in Israel administered 4th COVID-19 vaccine doses this week to a test group of people. The country is considering the approval of an additional shot to vulnerable populations in an effort to outpace a surge in infections fueled by the Omicron variant. 150 individuals being tested are all medical staff. A spokesperson says the Sheba Medical Center study in Ramat Gan, outside Tel Aviv, will, quote, zero in on efficacy of the vaccine in producing antibodies and safety in order to ascertain if a 4th vaccine is needed in general. A health ministry expert panel recommended last week that Israel become the first country to offer a 4th vaccine dose to medical workers, as well as those over 60 years old, and those suffering from compromised immune systems. The proposal was welcomed by the Israeli government and now awaits final approval by the ministry's Director General, Nachman Ash, a medical doctor whose decision is expected to be made without government intervention. Pfizer's recently authorized oral COVID-19 pill may be risky when paired with some other medications. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorized Pfizer's Paxlovid for mild to moderate COVID-19 in people as young as 12 who have underlying conditions. But one of the 2 drugs in the antiviral cocktail could cause severe or life-threatening interactions with widely used medications, including some antidepressants, anti-seizure medications, blood thinners, erectile dysfunction medications, HIV treatments, and statins. The FDA also does not recommend Paxlovid for people with severe kidney or liver disease. But pharmacists say many of the drug interactions are manageable and should not preclude people from taking Paxlovid. Health experts say such professionals can help determine if a significant interaction exists and create solutions to mitigate the interaction if possible. Pandemic holiday shopping is up as spending rose 8.5% compared to a year ago. According to MasterCard Spending Pulse, which tracks all kinds of payments, including cash and debit cards, this is the biggest annual jump in nearly 17 years. The shopping range dates back to November 1st through Christmas Eve, with purchases of clothing, jewelry, and electronics at the top. Holiday sales were also up 10.7% compared to pre-pandemic sales from 2019's holiday period. Online sales were also up 11% from a year ago and 61% from 2019. Economists say a broader picture will be revealed next month when the National Retail Federation the nation's largest retail trade group, shares its November and December sales figures from the Commerce Department. Analysts had expected a strong holiday season with early advertised sales dating back to October in anticipation of product shortages, and consumers also seemed more determined to celebrate this year after last year's holiday surge and cancellation of most events and gatherings. Well, another storm is headed to Southern California this week as more rain and snow are expected. While LA experienced light drizzles across the region this afternoon, weather experts say temperatures could drop to the 40s and some areas into the 30s this week, with rain on and off through Thursday. 8 inches of snow is expected above 4,000 feet, while around 16 inches of snow are expected at higher elevations. Tomorrow should be fairly dry, with a stronger storm arriving on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, one unique experience will keep you out of the rain this week if you choose to sign up. The Torrance Rose Float Association invites the community to take part in a fun opportunity making history. This week, volunteers are decorating Torrance's Rose Float, cutting, gluing, and putting last-minute touches on the float, and need as many hands as possible to meet the deadline. Decorating days run from today through the 30th. You can find forms online at torrancerosefloat.org. Buses depart from Torrance's Civic Center. The morning shift gets picked up at 7:45 a.m. and the night shift at 4:45 p.m. with returns at 5 p.m. and at 11 p.m. Decorators must be at least 13 years old to participate and must join the Torrance Rose Float Association. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. A single mother of twins received a lot of love on Christmas Day. The Utopian Society Project teamed up with Torrance firefighters and police officers and delivered boxes of gifts to the young children. The nonprofit recognized the Van Lingen Group for adopting this family in need. They say Nicole is a single mother who is unable to work because she has to take care of her twins, who both have special needs. Bryson has a congenital heart defect, and Bradley has a form of hearing loss. The Van Lingens chose to bring a little bit of light into their household this holiday season, and the Utopian Society Project, a nonprofit known for its random acts of kindness, decided to make this Christmas one the family will never forget. Well, it looks like the boys received a lot of wonderful gifts and even had some time to play with them with our local heroes. What a priceless way to spend Christmas Day. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo, or video you would like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We would love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We will see you back here tomorrow as I return to bring you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.